Okay, it's 1:58 p.m. on December 14th. Slept from 6:15 to I don't know, around 1:45, I guess. So yeah, it's a good sleep, but yesterday is fucked up. I feel terrible about yesterday, because it was unproductive. Despite the fact that I was home all day, I I feel like I did nothing. I I plan to watch Joker 2 and then 4 episodes of anime. I ended up watching half an episode of anime, let alone the movie. Um More importantly, the college assignments, the religion paper did not really work on it. At the end, while I was like, it was like 5:30 a.m. in the morning, while I was using the bathroom, I actually typed a paragraph on my phone, and that's it. I also spent quite a bit of time during dinner drawing the ground plan, the floor plan for my build, but I still have 6 elevations to draw. And then I have the build, and may I remind you, it's due in 2 fucking days. I don't know if I have enough time. So I gotta start building today and finish it tomorrow. Um, yeah. Also, Joker 2, fuck it, I'm not gonna watch it. I'm not gonna watch it today. I'm not gonna film any review today because the fact that I have to film and edit those reviews sort of became a crutch. Like, it's dragging me down, it's slowing me down. I have more important, more pressing, urgent things to do. So, yeah, I'm not doing YouTube today. I'm skipping the movie. I'm not watching it. I will review it next year. I don't have time this year. The next the next 2-3 weeks, all booked. I'm sorry. Um, yeah. Of course, there's also Justin's short film that I need to work on. I'm added to a text group with 4 other people, including Ariel and Cliff. So that's that. Also, last night at around 6 a.m., somebody cooked, or I don't know, somebody used a microwave, and my whole bedroom just stinked. But I had no choice. I had to just sleep. Um, there's. I also woke up like at least 10 times between 12 at noon to now. Like, I kept waking up again and again and again, and I'm like, just a little more sleep. I wanted to wake up early. Part of me wants to set an alarm earlier this morning so that I could wake up and start working. But yeah, I think it's either gonna be home all day or I'm gonna go to um print. I'm gonna go to the FedEx office and print. I don't know when it closes. Hopefully it doesn't close too early. Um if I could photocopy, that would be great. But yeah, I really need to fucking work on a build of the white model. It's and the religion paper as well. 15 pages. The religion paper is supposed to be 15 fucking pages. So yeah. I also spent a lot of money yesterday pre-ordering the Inglorious Bastards limited edition because I'm scared it's going to be sold out, which it already is sold out on the official Arrow website. And I think today I'm going to buy the other regular Blu-rays on Amazon, and also the portable charger, which is gonna cost. But yeah, Okay, time now is 7:22. I know it's still early, because I literally woke up like 5 or 6 hours ago, but honestly, nothing happened. And yeah, today I have been very stressed because the moment after I woke up, I saw a text from Ariel asking me, "So is everything good? How is it going?" Um, because I'm chosen as PD for Justin Short, and I'm like, fuck. I still haven't done anything about that. So I immediately spent about 2 hours going through Justin's script and then starting a Google spreadsheet where I basically put down every bit of prop, set dressing, hair and makeup, and wardrobe onto this Google spreadsheet. And then I proceeded to have a half an hour phone call with Justin to talk about the props, what kind of props he needs, what he doesn't need, what he already has, what do I need to buy, etc., etc., etc. And then immediately afterwards, I started. It was like 4:30 ish. Um, yeah, it was already like 4:30 ish after that, and I was like, oh shit, right, the white model. So I wanted to print stuff out for my white model. Um, and the only printer I know of that is the closest to me is in the FedEx office. And that office closes at 6 p.m. And it's not open tomorrow because it's a Sunday. And if I don't go on Sunday, then it's going to be Monday. Literally the day it is due. So, like, I gotta go. So I immediately made myself lunch. I speed ran lunch, bacon, orange bell pepper, an egg. And then while cooking that up, I started drawing. I like drew really fast. I started drawing a bit of the elevations, but the most important thing I need to get down are the doors, and the stone pattern that I need to print a bunch of, so that I could copy and so that I could just like cut them out and stick them onto the board, onto the foam boards, etc., etc. And I immediately drew them up. I immediately finished the lunch, and I immediately left. At around 5:17, I left the apartment and I walked all the way to the USC Village. I arrived at around 5:40 or 5. I was actually a really fast walker. I think I arrived at around 5:30 something. And then I went to the FedEx office and I used the printer there to photocopy a ground plan for my build, as well as a door pattern and a stone pattern. Two different door patterns and one stone pattern. And for the ground plan, I photocopied it once with a large piece of paper, and then for the other patterns, I photocopied 11 times on a small piece of paper. And that was surprisingly easy. The instructions were easy to navigate. I was able to photocopy pretty easily. I've never photocopied anything by myself, I realize. I always have somebody helping me, so again, first time for everything. And I paid $2.88. I wanted to maybe print them on both sides or like print multiple. Like, I don't want to waste paper, but I asked the guy there and he's like, yeah, you have to print it 11 times. So I'm like, fine. You have to print it multiple times. So I'm like, fine. And lo and behold, I was able to finish the printing before the FedEx place closes, and I still have some extra time before 6 p.m. At 6:00 p.m. on the clock, I called a free Lyft and I came back home. And yeah, came back home. I had 4 dumplings boiled, so that that's basically lunch part 2. And then I continued drawing the elevations for a bit, and now I'm going to start working on the religion paper, because holy fucking shit, testicles explosions. I don't know why. Everyone else is done with their finals, everyone's free, but I'm still in panic mode, and I will still be in panic mode for literally the next 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or maybe 9 days, because I have 2 freaking huge papers for my religion class. I got the white model, and after the semester is over, I have Justin's short film to deal with, which is supposed to be a cool thing, but I'm just too busy. And then at the same time, I need to work on The World Is Not Enough, One is the ADR session. I finally WhatsApped the actress and she quickly responded saying, "Oh, well, I will be working, but you can come to my office to record my vocals, like my voice." And I'm like, I'm in America right now. I'm not even on the right continent. Second of all, Wang, the composer, finally saw my first cut, and she's like, "Okay, I'll think on it." So that's good progress. Um, and then that's it. So I think one of the reasons why round five so far had felt so fast is I watch so many movies, and watching movies take up time. Two, I've been busy, and when you're busy, life just goes by because you keep doing the same few things routinely, and these passing moments they don't register. So yeah, but anyways, military schedule today, also tomorrow, also the day after, no rest. Also, the schedule for Justin's short film, A Gift, is released, and we're shooting on the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, 3 days in a row. I did not expect it to be 3 days long. I expected it to be 2 days long. Also, um, um, also, it's not the 20th. I thought the shoot will be the 20th. It's not the 20th. So, um, yeah, that's that. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing because I cleared December 20th for Justin Short, but now it's the 21st. But on the 21st, I'm seeing The Brutalist with Michelle. So I will have to leave the set halfway, or at least at some point. But the good thing is, Justin's apartment slash Cliff's apartment is very close to Century City, so I can just go over to Century City real quick. But yeah, goddamn, god freaking damn. I'm so busy. I'm going insane. I feel like I am going insane. Yeah. It's fine that I'm not dating anyone or I'm not falling in love or anything because I don't even have time for that shit. I just work and work and work and work and work. That's all I do. So yeah, um, I need to finish the build by tomorrow. So I need to have the build done halfway through, and I need to have my religion paper done at least halfway through today. And then, of course, there's a religion final exam. Also, the religion final exam, I need to submit it to the mailbox at school. Which means the due date isn't exactly December 18th, 23:59. This means the due date is actually sometime in the afternoon that day. So that's a few hours less. So, fuck me, I guess. Okay. Time now is 12:37 afternoon on December 15th. 16th? 16. 15. Fuck. Whatever. I slept from 6:30 to I guess 12:10, and then I slept for another extra 20 minutes. Oh my god. So yeah, yesterday I wasn't satisfying at all. Once again I ran out of time. But the thing is I already tried my extreme best. Oh, my lips. Yesterday I already tried my best to do as much as I can. And I did try my best. Like right after I woke up, I just started banging out stuff. But I still spent about an hour after dinner just calling Michelle and also looking at Instagram. Just a chill moment, but I think that was a bit of a mistake. Um, But yeah, I plan to watch 3 episodes of anime plus a film yesterday. I ended up watching 3 episodes of anime and nearly half a film. Um, but the most important are the assignments. The white model, haven't started building it. I planned to start building it 2 days ago, and right now I haven't even started, which is fucking insane, ridiculous. Um, and then the religion paper, I think I wrote. I think I'm 1/3 the way, as opposed to halfway done. So that's kind of fucked up. And last night at around 5:30, I was just gonna go to bed. But I had a bit of a stomach ache, so there were complications. And by the time I went to bed, it was already sunrise, and yeah. And now my whole room smells like bagel. Yeah. But yeah, I'm waking up early today. I'm forcing myself to wake up early. Despite the fact that I love waking up naturally, I have to force myself to wake up early. Um, because, like, I need to start cutting down on my sleep just so that I have more time. That's how brutal it is. Also, today I'm going to start doing list week for 2024. So, I gotta wake up extra early to film myself and also to edit. Also, at around 6 p.m., I'm gonna leave my apartment tonight and I'm gonna go to USC. And it's gonna be 310 screening, and hopefully some interesting people would turn up here and there. Hopefully Steven Spielberg shows up out of nowhere. That would be nice. But yeah, 310 screening. Yes, indeed. Um, and yeah. So this means I really don't have a lot of time. So the strategy is I'm gonna focus on the white model more than the religion paper because the white model is due tomorrow, and that's fucked up. While the religion paper isn't due until 3 days later, and with the white model out of the way, I can focus on my religion paper way more. Also, the final exam, yes, it's a huge deal. I'm just gonna finish it in one day. On the 17th and maybe 18th morning, I'm just gonna speed run that shit. So this means I have 15 and 16 today and tomorrow to work on my research paper. So I have a little extra time for religion, but I have no time for my white model. So I gotta focus on that shit immediately, ASAP. Um, yeah, so that's the plan. Fuck me. I'm stressed. I really am. Okay. Let's try this. not right. It's fine, whatever. Okay, this needs to be elevated. This needs to be elevated. 2-6. Making some pillars here. 2-6. Come on. What? Oh my god. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay. Fuck. It's not even.
Instructor. He's not here, but I want to give a special thank you for him for these films being cut really well. You're going. You guys are all like the best this semester. Like this class to me is as good as any of the previous ones, and all of our essays were from classes.
I really do appreciate you guys for coming out tonight to watch these films. I first would really love to thank my parents and my brother for the endless support that they gave me.
Been here so long.
Yeah, just been on the road and actually just parked in LA.
Yeah?
Yeah, but just been really tired recently.
Oh no. Why's that?
Just like nobody.
It is our duty to confirm these orders.
Orders? You don't tell me about
I
orders!
must insist.
You have no authority to
You can't
insist.
just leave it up to chance. So what if...
Bully me all my life, steal my mom, kill my dad. I'm gonna take something for you for once, you despicable old piece of... I told you we were just stealing here, that's it.
Bullshit that I've been putting up with. Here I am. But, yeah, I'd also like to thank the faculty.
This tiny casket never be yourself till you're in the casket. What's the point of living here?
So come on up, stand in a row, all right? Get your cameras out and start get those photos going.
Right choice.
Solves problems for us 24/7, so we really appreciate all their work as well. Our next movie is a really personal expression. We love seeing movies that come directly from the heart.
Come on. Oh my god. Time now is 3:11 a.m. in the morning. Today was indeed quite a bit. So I woke up early and without hesitation I started working. I wrote a bit for my paper, for my religion class paper, which is good progress. And then I proceeded to spend about an hour filming my best days and worst days videos. And then I spent about 2 hours outside downstairs building my white model. And I actually began building it. I'm done with the elevations. They're done. All 6 of the elevations are done, and now I started building the white model, and it's both easier and tougher than I'd expected. Easier because the logic is simple. You have foam core, and they're actually the materials. You cut them up and you turn them into strips. At some point I was pretty confused on how do I make it stand. And then I realized, oh yeah, I should just build a wall and then put the wall straight up instead of making small tiny pillars, which is what I tried to do at first. It looks like there's a spider here. Okay, there isn't one. I'm going insane. So yeah, and then I realized, oh shit, it's already 4:30, so I made myself lunch. And then I quickly changed my clothes and I went back to USC. Of course, I pretty much go back to USC every single day. Oh my god, my hair is fine. Okay. So, this is probably the most interesting thing that has happened to me in weeks, if not months. I don't know. But I went to the 3:10 screening, and I was like a couple minutes late. But it's okay. But I didn't miss anything. But by the time I arrived, everyone has already sat down, and I DM'd Alex, the Chinese guy, the Chinese boy, and he didn't respond. So they screened 18 short films today. 18 short films made by 18 times 3 students. What's that? What's 18 times 3? 8, 3, 24, 54. So 54 students in total in this semester for 310, for 3 sections of 310. So the first is purple. So there's 6 short films in purple, there's 6 short films in yellow, and there's 6 short films in green. And so for the 3 short films, I stood up, and then Alex finally, like the moment I walked into Norris, I saw Matt. Of course Matt's there. Matt cannot miss events like this. And I think Matt saw me too. And then Alex DM'd me and he's like, oh, I'm at the very front row. And I'm like, oh, okay. Is there space? And he's like, oh, there's space in the second row. So I went to the third last row, or third most front row, sat down, and I just continued the event. And it was awkward again because, like, I've been in USC for 2 fucking semesters, and I feel like I don't know anyone still. I don't know how. Like, I talk to a lot of people, but, like, I still don't know anyone. So I go in there, and I feel like I'm a stranger. But the interesting thing is, there's actually a lot of people I know in the audience, probably. But, yeah, the short films. Let's talk about them for a little bit. they are interesting because they're way better than they're better than I'd expected. First of all, let's be honest here. And I've been to a grad film thesis. This is better than the grad film somehow. I've been to Long Beach, and this is miles better than Long Beach. I've been to Hong Kong, Baptist University in Hong Kong. This is better than Hong Kong, obviously. Half of the short films, if not most, like 60% of the short films are touchy-feely family stuff. You know, immigrant story or like mommy issues, daddy issues. And the other 40% is basically cringe comedy. There's some horror, but they're mostly like, you know, family issues or like very simple conflicts. So Purple, the first section, I actually have the flyers. So I didn't know where to get the flyers. But yeah, this is purple, this is green, this is yellow. I can just go through them right now. I found yellow in the trash. I found a yellow flyer in the trash. I was like, oh, it's sticking out from the trash bin. And I'm like, well, I might as well get it. Doesn't seem dirty. And then I found purple on the ground. And then I got the green flyer, and it's the last flyer on the table. So let's take a peek, right? Purple is the one I worked on with Robert Zemeckis' son, Reese Zemeckis, and yes, I can say his full name now. Okay. First film called All That's Left. No, wait, which one is the first film? No, that's the first film. All That's Left. Shit, I already forgot. It's like a touching family story. Oh yeah, it's a story about, it's like a comedy, it's kind of funny, kind of sad, about a brother and a sister mourning their father's death, and there's a cake, and they argue, and they have a cake fight, and then they laugh. It's touchy-feely. Better Me is a film about generational trauma. A mom yells at her daughter for almost getting pregnant, and remembers that her mom used to yell at her. So another touchy-feely family thing. Inner Colors is a short film about a girl with imposter syndrome. So very much about like creative process. Labor of Love is super interesting. Okay, Banana Leaf Float is a Thai short film, completely in Thai, and Jia Yun actually worked on it as one of the ADs, I believe. And then Labor of Love is probably the most interesting out of the six. It's a cringe comedy, but it's also sad, about a guy who got really lonely and developed a parasocial relationship with a cam girl. And it was really bold. I've never seen a short film I've seen short films, or at least films about prostitutes, and about sex work, but you know, Anora. I haven't seen a short film or anything about cam girls. So, and it's very explicit. There's no nudity, but there's nearly nudity. Like the main actress, she was like in lingerie, and there was this crazy glitchy experimental montage where it's them moaning and grunting, and the montage ends with her bare ass. And then in the credits I realized this woman is Cheyenne Terberg, who is Matt's friend and also participated in Camps Fest. And I think I saw her at the Anora screening as well when Colin was there. So that's interesting. And then Launch Order, which is the short film I worked on with Reese Zemeckis, Robert Zemeckis' son. This one was way better than I thought. Holy shit. It's like this like anxiety-inducing short where two guys argue whether to launch a missile or not. It's really simple, but the editing is pretty like Edgar Wright, kind of like super fast-paced, very epic dramatic shit, and it kind of works. It's fun. So pretty cool. Then we have Yellow, which is, you know, very funny flyer indeed. We did it. You know, shit like this makes me mad. Shit like this makes me jealous. I see these film production people and I'm like, wow, they're like a family. They're so happy. They get to express themselves. They get to make cool ass short films. Okay, so these are they're 6 shorts. They're 6 shorts. Yeah, and I think yellow is the worst section here. Searching for Color is short film about a first generation Chinese immigrant struggling to speak the language and finding out that her mom is leaving because her visa has expired. Pretty touchy-feely, nothing important. Where we go from here is that, but African American. It's about mourning, and it's very personal film about a black girl mourning her mom's death because it happened in real life to the director. 10 Minutes to Curtain is super forgettable. It's about a guy, a Latino guy who just has imposter syndrome again, has family rift. We Need to Talk is easily the worst film here. It's shot and edited like a music video. It looks like Mr. Beast. It looks really good. I feel like I'm watching a A$AP Rocky music video, really trippy. It's about a guy who has a paper due in a few hours, and he goes insane and he stresses out and he goes into these fantasies. It's very lame. It's like a Saturday Night Live skit, but with orange and teal colors because cinematic. It made me cringe. Everyone laughed at it. I hated it. The last two are very insane comedies that I actually kind of like. First one being Asian Invasion. The director, Ethan Go, he's drunk, but he's not drunk, but he yelled and he's like, "Fuck yeah, we fucking did it, 310, whoa!" And he kept screaming and he's super high energy. The dude has he's going through a manic episode, isn't he? But Asian Invasion is this super violent film about 2 Asian guys invading some white person's house, and then the white person almost kills them, and then they kill him instead. Yeah. Head in the Clouds is probably my favorite one here. It's about a white guy who likes this Desi artist, this Desi American rapper, more than his own wife. Again, it's about parasocial relationships, and his wife goes into labor, and he's like, "No, I gotta meet this celebrity instead." And he meets him, and he's not as cool in person, and so he freaks out. So that was kind of fun. So again, it's all right. Green came last, and it's in Brat style, 310 Green section. Let's see. Growing Up Lotus is another film Jia Yun worked on. She worked on 2 films. And it's another Thai film, and it's also about being an immigrant and fatherhood. Yeah, family stuff. Finding Myself is about a black girl overcoming social anxiety. Followed is a fun little thriller film about a guy getting stalked, this police detective who is trying to fight an evil secret organization, but the secret organization got to him first, but then psych, there were undercover cops in the bar. It's it's like a Key and Peele skit. I actually found it ironically funny. But it's a fun, also the guy Ryan, I DM'd him, but he didn't respond. But yeah, it's good though, even though it's silly. It's good because, you communicate so much story in such a little time. Okay. Fuck Me is a film about an old couple, a middle-aged couple trying to have sex, but they do not have sex drive anymore. Again, funny, awkward, cringe comedy. Yorgos Lanthimos. The last film screened today is TIFF, which does not stand for Toronto International Film Festival. It's this really crazy, wacky short film about a fat white girl having a crush on this short-haired, emo punk girl, and it's super gross. there's a lot of dicks and dildos in this, and also it's written and directed by a woman, so it's okay. There's a lot of dicks and dildos, and not real dicks, obviously, just drawings of dicks, because you can't have nudity. And like she's eating a sandwich, and he made a mess, and they like started kissing. It's pretty wacky. My favorite film is Calf, which is a film that Matt introduced me to, and then I DM'd the producer, I think. And then they were like, oh, we need camera people, not art people. So I didn't get onto this set anyways. But Calf is my favorite in this six because I think it's the only horror film out of all 18 films today. And it started off as like normal, conservative, white man, white woman in the middle of nowhere in the deep south, like Texas or Oklahoma or something, with a country accent. The guy was like Homelander, he loves milk, and he goes up to a cow and starts drinking from the cow's nipple. And then it started getting weird, and the girl started having period. So blood was everywhere on the ground. And then the girl proceeds to also suck on the cow's nipple. And the girl dies at the end, I guess. And it's like a experimental film about, Trump era politics towards women. Really memorable. So, yeah, half of them are really good. All of them are really well shot, well sound recorded. Some of them have bad sound, but not a very common issue. So, I'm just like, damn, Love and Death and The World Is Not Enough, 2 films made by me. They both have very shoddy sound and cinematography because it's guerrilla filmmaking. I wish I have that budget, and I wish I had that much people helping me. But most importantly, every time they screen 6 short films, the entire section goes out, and they all hug, take photos, and bow. I'm like, fuck you, I wish I could be in that, but I'm just not. So, anyways, between Purple and Yellow, people started leaving, because some people were here only for one section. And as I was walking back up from the below of North Theater to the top, I started running into people. It's really interesting. So I ran into Ava. It's the 6th time I've seen Ava at USC. And I was like, hey. And it took a moment. She's like, oh, hi. And I was like, are you in Yellow? And she's like, no, I'm in 480. And I'm like, oh. And the thing is, I actually know she's in 480. I don't know why I asked her if she's in Yellow. I guess I just forgot at that moment. But it's cool. And it's good to know that I'm involved too, I'm a player in this game. Albeit not the biggest player, but I'm a player. I ran into Jamie too. Not Jamie the Chinese girl. Jamie the Chinese American girl. Not surprised she's here. And lo and behold, I saw Jiayun. So this is something I kind of already know that... I kind of already know she's going to be there, but also not really. Like, I know, but I'm not sure. I know she's involved, but I'm not sure. So, I saw Jiayun, and I was at the very front, and I went back down. And I was like, should I walk up to her? But she's talking to someone else. So I tried to walk away from her, because I'm supposed to go away. Because everyone's focusing on the front, so everyone will see me. So I don't want to be in everyone's eye line. So I'm gonna walk away, but walk away slowly. Okay, anyways. She eventually walked past me, I think. And I was like, hey. And she recognized me. She's like, Enoch. And I'm like, wow, okay. I was like, oh yeah, we met at the party. So it's the 2nd time I've ever seen her, by the way. And then we talked a little bit. I was like, oh, are you staying for Yellow? And she's like, yeah, come with me. And then she's gone, and I don't know where she went. I went back to Alex, Daniela, and Alex the Chinese boy, Daniela the British Lebanese, and Reese Zemeckis, the tall white boy, son of Robert Zemeckis. I walked up to Reese Zemeckis and their entire gang. Just Robert Zemeckis, his wife, his daughter, his other son, Zane, and like some other people, like their friends, all in a row. The whole gang is here. And Reese was like, yeah, this is Alex. And then Robert Zemeckis shook Alex's hand. And then Reese saw me, and Reese was like, oh, thank you so much. And I don't really know what to say at that moment. I was like, oh, no problem. But I should have said something like, I shouldn't have said you're welcome. I should have said it was my pleasure. But Robert Zemeckis saw me, and he stuck out his hand, and I shook his hand. And I was like, oh, thank you. Nice to meet you. And nodded, and that's it. Really smooth. But that's fucking cool. I shook the hand of Forrest Gump and Back to the Future's director. You know what? Maybe this tuition is worth it. But yeah, so that happened. And yeah, so that was cool. And then a little bit later, Yellow started playing, and I don't know where do I sit. I kind of wanted to sit with Matt, but Matt's already, like, the whole row is full, and Matt's with his friends. So I kind of sat at the very back, and then Jia-Yun DM'd me. She's like, yo, where are you? Come to me. And I'm like, okay. And I even thought about not going because I barely know her. But she's like, oh, come to me. And I'm like, where are you? And she's like, oh, 5th row from the back. And I'm like, to the right or to the left? And she's like, to the left. So I went, and I saw the first short, and then I went to Jia-Yun. So I sat next to Jia-Yun, which is weird. This is the second time I know her. And so we didn't talk a lot, but we didn't talk a lot, but there were a couple moments where, like, she asked me, is that Robert Zemeckis? And I was like, yeah, I shook his hand. And she's like, what? You just went up to him and shook his hand? And I'm like, no, I worked on Reese's short. And she's like, oh. And then yeah, and then we just talked a bit here and there. And John Kim, the Korean American boy, the very cool, handsome, very charismatic, everything's perfect boy, John Kim, he's here. He reminds me of Hector, like, has the same cool aura, like impenetrable aura. He's here with his girlfriend. Like, she's like a lolly girl or something. I don't know. She's definitely legal. I'll tell you that. It's college. We're not in high school. But she's friends with Jia-Yun because Jia-Yun's friends with everyone, of course. Anyways, after Yellow section, Jia-Yun was like, okay, I'm gonna stay for one short film and then I'm gonna leave. But of course she didn't. She stayed for the whole way. And I sat with her again, which is weird. Again, I know Matt, and Alex probably thinking, wait, does Enoch know some other people here? But I'm just sitting with Jia-Yun, and this is the second time I've seen her. So I sat next to her again. Oh my god, my hand's bleeding. Okay. Why are you doing this to me? Yeah, it's too dry. I put lotion already. Okay, who cares? Yes, so we stayed for Green as well, and Jia-Yun told me she helped block a scene. And I'm like, what? How do you know all these people? And Jia-Yun was like, oh, because I'm goated. And I'm like, okay. So, yeah. So, the whole thing ended. And I was going to just wait for Jia-Yun because I want to talk to her more. But Jia-Yun just went off and went to the crowd at the very front. And everyone gathered and everyone took photos and hugged and yay, film production, we're such a family. And of course I'm not in it. I'm standing away from them, just staring at them from a distance like a serial killer. And then Matt left. Matt was like, see you next semester. Matt knows today is going to be the last day we'll see each other. And he told me that he's going to Hong Kong as well. So he told me to send him a list of things to do. And I'm like, sure. Yeah, so I wanted to wait for Jia-Yun, and I'm like, let me think. If I stay for her, I just seem like an idiot because I barely know her, right? I'm gonna leave, but if I leave, it's too sudden. Like, I haven't even said goodbye to her. But maybe it's cool if I leave, because again, I don't know her. It's good that when you meet someone and they keep a certain distance from you, it's like, it's healthy. Like you can trust a person more. So I just left. And then I left the USC campus, and the more I walk away, the more I'm like, okay, maybe I shouldn't have left. Maybe I should have stayed behind and talked more to Alex and Daniela and Reese Zemeckis for the connections, but also at the same time, wait for Jia-Yun because I want to speak more to her. And so I walked back, but I tried to walk slowly as if I got lost so that it doesn't seem like I'm rushing back because it would be suspicious. So as I walked back to Norris, I saw Jia-Yun walk past me, and she just zoomed past me, and I thought she's gonna leave, but no, she went to like the sound stage in SCA for some reason, like that direction. Don't know why. And then that's it. I'm like, okay, fine. So I just walked, and I took a free lift back home. I had dinner, and during dinner, I was thinking of DMing Jia-Yun and said, oh, sorry, I left early because I'm busy. I got projects to finish. But right when I was gonna do that, Jia-Yun DM'd me saying, sorry, I bolted away. And I'm like, oh no, it's okay. And then she's like, okay, 310 shorts, what are your thoughts? And then we talked, and then she's like, I'm so tired, do you want to call? And I'm like, sure. So we called a bit on Instagram, and then she got cut off, and she's like, what's your number? And I'm like, what, you want to call me over there? And she's like, yeah, the Wi-Fi here sucks. And I'm like, fine. So I gave her my phone number, and we had an hour phone call. This is insane. This is unprecedented, okay? Like, I've never met a person, and the second time I've ever met them, call them. Unless it's like a work thing. Like, I have to call them. Like, she's just so extroverted. She might be one of the most extroverted person I've ever known. So we talked. We basically had the basic talk, like, major, like, what do you want to do? What do you, like, what's your backstory? What's my backstory? We just started talking a lot, and it's crazy. And then we talked about movies. We shared Letterboxd, and I'm like a huge film buff, so I talked a lot. But I tried to like ask her because I'm older than her, so I need to be the one who's like, let's talk about you first, you know. But she's like, this is her first semester at USC, and she's somehow already this famous. Like, she kept texting people during the screening, like after every short film, because she keeps DMing a lot of directors, like in all caps, oh, I just saw your film, wow, it's so good. Like, it's crazy. And then like during the comedy shorts, she would laugh out loud. When there's music, she would like nod her head. She's like all out extrovert, and I'm just like, I'm petrified, right? Not petrified, but I'm stoic like a statue. But she's super extroverted. So we talked, and yeah. She's born in Shanghai, but she came to Vancouver, Canada. And then she came here. And she met this one girl named Tammy, the girl who made the Banana Leaf, the Thai film. And because Tammy knows everyone, so she knew everyone from Tammy. And she met 5 different guys. This sounds weird. She met 4 or 5 different guys at totally different times and places, just to learn that all of them live in the same fucking house. And it's John Kim, Jiayang Liu, who is the YouTube guy. They're all roommates somehow. And then she also knew like Franklin, Maisie, Colin, Katie, all of whom are people I know. So holy shit, she's like non-stop. She's like Ariel, almost reminds me of Ariel, just unstoppable force of positivity. Nothing too dark, at least, it's the second time I've had a conversation with her. And this time is super long. And when I have a conversation with her, I'm just thinking, does she do this to every guy she meets? Like, does she meet a guy and just calls him for an hour? Because that's insane. That's super social. Hyper social. But I refuse to believe that she's calling me because she likes talking to me. I mean, to a degree, she probably likes talking to me. But I think it's also the second time we've ever met. Like, that's nothing. But, you know, I'm happy. I'm not complaining, obviously. So, yeah. She told me what she's eating. She ate a bar, like a terrible granola bar, and then brushed her teeth. I could hear her brushing her teeth. And then she's like, I need to sleep now. And again, that's crazy. I met Michelle at least a few months before she started telling me what she's eating for food. And again, with Leslie, I haven't made a phone call with Leslie until like May. And that's because I wanted to ask her about PAs. So, yeah. And then I think the interesting moment was Jiayun was reading my reviews on Letterboxd, and she's reading my Your Name review. And that's the review where I talked about like love, and I want to love someone, I want to care about someone. And she's like, wow. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, I go insane on Letterboxd. And she's like, yeah, I get it. No, she didn't say I get it. She's like, okay, yeah, sure. She told me she have a lot of negative emotions pent up, and she sort of like spends those emotions when she ADs. But yeah. But I told her I do production design stuff, and she's like, oh man, like I'ma bring you on, like I'ma hook you up with you know, whenever there's a project. So yeah, that's pretty promising. I also told her I'm doing the APCA production design thing, and she's like, cool, I'll see you again. So yeah. That's cool. That's cool beans. And at some point we talked about anime, and she talked about Evangelion. And she said she started watching Evangelion, but at the time she watched Evangelion, she was in a situationship. And it was ruined, and it ruined the anime for her. So, I don't know. Maybe she is very extroverted and she dates guys 5 times a semester. I still don't know. I still have trust issues. And I don't like people who do situationships because they're so love is so banal. You know, I am a hardcore lover. I don't do situationships. I do real relationships. If I've ever done one. Which is no. But, yeah, so I spent another 2 hours just now building my white model, and it's already nearly 4 a.m. Fuck me. I have no time for anything. No time for religion paper. No time for the film. No time for ReZero. No time for editing. Oh yeah, right after that, I actually lifted to Troy Hall to see Christian, who gave me a thick foam board, which is cool. And I talked to him for a bit. But yeah, that's it for tonight. I'm probably going to sleep hella late. It's okay. I'm going to wake up hella early. It's okay. I need to get this white model done, first and foremost. So, yeah. Okay, time now is 11:16 a.m. in the morning on 11:16 a.m. in the morning on December 16th. I slept from 6:25 to 11. Yeah. So only 4.5 hours of sleep, maybe even less. Except I'm not waking up early to do something early. It's just that I have a lot of work to do. So yeah, today's no different than going to a film set. Yeah. Yesterday, despite not having YouTube videos, I still managed to not do anything. I don't know why. I keep fucking running out of time. I don't know. I plan to finish watching the film that I was supposed to finish 3 days ago, and I didn't have time. Didn't watch any anime. I did a little bit of the religion paper, and I think I'm halfway done with the white model, which I wish I could have done more on, because today, 7 p.m. is the due date for the white model. So from now till 7 p.m. I have about 6 hours. 6.5 hours. So fuck me, I guess. Yeah, also, I was supposed to edit my top best days and worst days video yesterday. Did not fucking happen. I didn't even finish editing my worst days video. It took forever. Like, for the worst and best days video, I need to search through my entire phone to look at, like, photos. And, like, I need to search through my hard drive to look at videos, and then bring them all into the video. And that took forever, and I couldn't even fucking finish it. So, yeah. That's why I have to sleep deprive myself. Also, I need to start sleeping early for real. Last night, I went to bed, and once again, the birds are chirping, the sun is rising, and it's a bit difficult to fall asleep. But now I feel miserable. Yesterday, the talk with Jiahyun was really interesting. Did not expect something like that to happen at all. And I hope we get to talk more. Yeah. A little too easy, a little too easy. Though, to be fair, starting friendships with people are usually not that difficult. Meaningful friendships are difficult. Yeah. Fuck. And I may submit the religion paper late. I think we can bring it on the 19th, so that's great news because I need an extra day for the religion paper. It's crazy. I've been working on the finals since like December 8th-ish, so it takes me almost 2 weeks to finish all the finals. And I'm working on it every day. Like, fuck me. Okay. Boop. 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 There we go. Need a little more. Just a touch more. the support. Like that. Fuck, it's falling over. The cardboards are too thin. It's okay. I'm gonna add shitload of glue here so that the glue solidifies. Okay. Like this. For now. Don't fall. No, 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 no. No. Fuck off. Okay. The supports are not working at all. Fuck off. Okay. Oh my fucking god. Fuck. Fuck you. Oh, fuck you. Oh, fuck you. Oh, okay. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh my. Are you fucking serious? Okay. Fuck. Fuck, 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 fuck. It's good enough. Fuck me, I forgot my laptop. I'm going back home and then I'm coming back here right fucking now. Fuck me. Fuck, 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 fuck.
Behind her bed, even the door handle is like the funny logo. It's like a smart way to just like, I guess, advertise Barbie as a brand and they just put it everywhere.
This is just stills that I've captured, and as you can see in the bottom left photo, which is obviously a new set that they.
Okay, time now is 10:44 p.m. It's 10 p.m. and my lunch is still here, my half-eaten lunch. Cause fuck me, today was stressful, and I feel like I've been on the edge of my seat for the last 8 to 9 days. When did I start working on my assignments? Like, or like the finals, like when? I feel like it's been 2 weeks straight where every single day I'm like, fuck, 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 fuck. I need to finish this, I need to finish that, I need to finish this, I need to finish that. Every single day, I'm just at this mood, with the exception of last night. Last night was quite interesting. But yeah, I woke up early, felt like shit. I really, like, a part of me really wanted to go back to sleep, but then I know I can't because sleep is the cousin of death. I can sleep for 1 minute and I'll lose 1 minute. But sleep just feels so good. But I did go back to sleep for 15 more minutes. I'm like, just 15. So I did, and then I woke up again, and I'm like, should I get a little more? But like, nah, it's never gonna end. So I woke up, and right off the bat, boom, another day where I just immediately start working. I had a couple cookies, and then I finished editing my worst days video first and foremost because I'm supposed to release that yesterday. So I did my worst days video, and that was quick to edit because yesterday I basically did most of the video selection, so I just put the videos together today, and boom. Also this morning I got a tweet. Somebody mentioned me in Twitter saying that although I'm doing a lot of these like hand gestures, I'm mimicking my professor in CTCS 469. It's kind of funny. But yeah, somebody tweeted at me saying, "Wow, you got haters." So some other guy tweeted, "Hell nah, I ain't watching your video, bro." And it's a thumbnail of my latest YouTube video, which is a video where I did 2 album reviews at once, Netspend new album and Jay Schlatt's new album. I don't have a lot of time, so I wanted to review both albums at once, and I came up with a very silly, stupid title like Netspend versus Jay Schlatt, even though they're not related to each other at all. But yeah, but I saw the comments, and everyone's just sort of like, they're not making fun of me, but they're just like, I don't know, maybe it's because they're both white. I don't know, he's like a Redditor. It's like a Reddit thing to say. So, honestly, I'm not, I'm a very petty person, but also I'm like very much not a petty person. So I commented with laughing emojis, and that's it. And then earlier today, he responded, like the guy who made that tweet, like, "I ain't watching your video, bro." He responded saying, "Oh wow, I didn't know it's you. By the way, amazing thumbnail." And I was like, "Lamau, thank you. It's just a joke. It's just a clickbaity title. It means nothing." So yeah, don't take anything seriously, man. It's America. It's reality. It's life. Nothing serious here. I digress. So, the rest of today, like after breakfast, pretty much from 1:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. From 1:30, pretty much from 1:30 to 6:30. 5 hours, I did nothing but the white model, which is, I brought it back, by the way. It's right here under my bed. Holy shit, this thing took me 10,000 years. Like, I had 4 more things to do today. And it sounded simple. It's the pillars, the horizontal pillars, so not the ones that's standing, those are columns. The horizontal, the beams, and also the doors, which I use cardboard, the panels, the doors. And number 3, I'm misremembering things. There are 4 distinct things I need to do. I fucking forgot. Yeah, so, it's, the horizontal beams, the doors, and the stairs. Yeah. And I really struggled. Oh! I don't know. I forgot what are the 4 things I needed to do. I forgot what are the 4 exact things I needed to do, but it's just it seems simple, like, oh, stairs, sure, but it's actually way more complicated than you would think. So yeah, I really just fucking went at it. And again, it's like the 3rd day in a row, or like I started building this yesterday, but I was already like drawing elevations and drawing like floor plans since 5 days ago or something. And my roommates, especially the Chinese guy and the guy from Bangladesh, they keep coming out and cook, or they keep doing, like the guy from Bangladesh, Adipta, he keeps coming out to do random miscellaneous things, like cleaning, like brushing things, and then he would just walk in and out of his room for some reason. Maybe he's doing something, I don't know, because I'm not focusing. But like, at some point, the Chinese guy came down to like, because he finished eating something, and he came down to wash dishes. He went back up to his room. I continued drawing my floor plan. He came down to start cooking, and I'm still there. That's how insanely stuck I am. That's how much time and effort I put into making this thing. And it still looked like shit. I feel like it looks like the Stonehenge, because like things are falling apart. But my build is actually one of the more complicated builds in today's class. Like a lot of people's builds are really simple, just 4 walls and a ground, but like mine is just like, it involves a lot of calculations and involves a lot of pillars and columns. So yeah, from I think 3:30 to 4:30 ish, I had a break. I took a break and I just edited my best. Of course, by break I mean working as well, but working on my YouTube as opposed to working for my final project. And yeah, I came down and I'm like, fuck. I only have about 1 hour left. I plan to finish the build at 5 p.m. so that from 5 p.m. onwards I can A, have my lunch, and B, work on my presentation, Google Slides at the same time. But of course that didn't happen. By 6:20 p.m. I was still working on that fucking thing. And I still haven't cooked dinner. So right after I finished the stairs, which by the way sucked pussy, I immediately cooked myself some noodles, which again I didn't finish. I couldn't even finish a fucking bowl of noodles. And God, my tongue still hurts. And my hair. And oh, I feel so uncomfortable right now. Okay. Yeah, testicles. 6:20. 6:20. I was still working on that fucking thing. And I did things very fast. And I feel like this is a symptom. I feel like this is a phenomenon where when I'm alone and I'm in... Okay, I'm gonna go wash my feet. You know, when I'm alone, I tend to go insane. And if I'm with other people, I'm not as insane. And by that I mean when I'm alone, I get really stressed out. I'm like, oh my god, I have like literally 10 minutes left before the due date, which is bad, but if someone else is beside me, they'll probably say words of encouragement. But I was legit stressed out, and I was holding a box cutter knife, and I had like pieces of foam all over the table, all over the ground, cardboard. I literally cut out a bunch of paper stuff, and I put down a giant foam board, and the air wave that comes out of the foam board keeps knocking those small pieces of paper down onto the ground 3 times in a row, and I got really mad. I kicked over the chair, I slammed things on the table, I started running around inside the house. inside the apartment. I was heated. I was really, really agitated. But yeah, finally I finished. I called a Lyft at around 7 p.m. and a car immediately showed up. That's great, but the car decided to pick up someone and then drop off someone and then pick up someone again. They're so slow. And then on my way to the classroom, I touched my backpack and I was like, wait a second. I don't have my laptop with me. What? So, yeah, I got so stressed out about the white model that I didn't even bring my own laptop with me to school today. If I don't have a laptop, how do I even work on the presentation? And how do I present to begin with? So I'm like, I didn't even panic. At that point, I'm just like, oh, sure, another problem. So I went into the classroom. I was a few minutes late. It's okay. They haven't started presenting yet. I saw Maisie outside like giving someone a phone call. So I walked past her. I said, hey, I went inside. I put down my white model. The professor was like, wow, you worked your ass off. That's exactly what she said. You worked your ass off. And I'm just thinking, no, my build sucks. My model sucks. It's falling apart. So that's what I told her. I told her, oh, it's like falling apart. And she's like, oh, no, it's great. And I'm like, okay. And then I was like, oh, by the way, I forgot my laptop, so I'm going to go home and then come back. And he's like, sure. So I left immediately. I called the Lyft, and I saw Maisie again, and I opened the door for Maisie. And I went all the way back home. And it's like the driver was really chill. Like, she's like, oh, Merry Christmas, have a nice holiday, yay. And I'm like, haha. Left the car and immediately beamed off into my own apartment, ran upstairs, grabbed my laptop, chucked it down my backpack, called another Lyft. Lyft came, went out, zoomed back to classroom, and by then it was already 7:40 something. So it's impressive that within half an hour I was able to speed run, back home, grab something, go back. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna have to call Wang in a couple minutes, so I'm gonna wrap up. But when I arrived there, I started working on my presentation, and holy shit, so it's normal that everyone's still working on their Google Slides, because no one ever finishes their work on time, unless you're like a genius. But I haven't even fucking started. So literally, while other people are presenting, with the 1.5 hours I have, I went God mode. I went fucking God mode. I was extremely locked in. And I just made this PowerPoint presentation within 1.5 hours. Just like boom, images, boom, 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 next boom, 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 boom. And I was worried that my presentation isn't detailed enough, so I tried to come up with like little details. But yeah, Jesus Christ. I feel like I've been having a panic attack for 9 days in a row. And may I remind you, it's still not gonna stop, by the way. I still have 2 more days of this panic. So, yeah, fuck mental health. Yeah, Franklin presented, he's alright, and then it's my turn to present. There's a panel of people, and thank God I don't know anyone in the panel, because if like Jing Chen or Mo were there, I'd be like, oof, are they gonna grade me harshly, or are they gonna grade me well? Like, I don't know. But it's a bunch of people I don't know, but like they're like people who seem like they're professionals there, and it's a little bit like masters. And the thing is, I wasn't told that I'm supposed to do this, but everyone has to bring their white model up and their elevations and floor plans to a panel full of like people, and by full of I mean like one middle-aged guy and then like 4 other women and a Maisie, and I have to present to them like what's my build and how did I build it, kind of like Master Chef, where I have to present dishes. And I didn't know that, but I followed anyways because everyone's doing that. So I did that, and they're all just like nodding and like haha. And I'm like, oh god, it's like a stressful job interview where you can't tell what are they feeling, and they're not asking me anything either. So I did my presentation, and it went smoothly. I wasn't nervous. I just went straight through it. Who fucking cares? I think it's important that I'm confident, because if I'm not confident, then it's like a big no. It's like one of the biggest things you cannot do in film is to be insecure, which I am. I am built with insecurity. Insecurity is part of my is a part of my genetics, okay? But one must hide it. Yeah, I did my presentation, and then, finally this class is done. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Franklin apparently didn't even go to Architect's Corner. He just went to SCI, because SCI has a bunch of foam boards and like stuff like that, like hot glue gun, and he just built his thing there. So the more you know. But yeah. 2 more religion papers and I'm done. 2 more religion papers and this semester is done. The final thing I want to mention is Justin DM'd me randomly saying, we're postponing the short film. I just talked to Cliff and we're postponing the short film to January 3rd and 5th. Ball sacks, because I'm not here on those days. I'm in Seattle. So, yeah. So they're not going to postpone it even further. They're going to get another PD. That's it. Hopefully they still credit me, but I'm done. That's it. That's all. And that's a good thing, actually. Even though I want to hang out more with Justin, and I want to go to a set more, and I want to PD more. But, it's a good thing because, with Justin's short film added on top of what I already have, like with YouTube, watching movies and everything, it's also too much. So, that gives me way more free time. I just freed up 36 hours from my schedule. I just freed up 36 hours. So, this is great. More than 36 hours, actually. But yeah, Justin's like, oh, no worries, though. Like, I'll do a couple more shorts before I leave, so, you can PD then. And I'm like, sure. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So this is good, because now this means I have extra time to go watch The Last Dance at Monterey Park. Okay, Wang is ready. I'm gonna go call her, and then it's dinner. And I'm gonna have a big fat sleep, even though I probably shouldn't. Yeah. I got white hair. I'm old. Lamau. It's 4:11 a.m. Time is moving fast. I let my guard down because I only have 1 class left. Ooh, my tongue is hurting more and more. All my other classes, all 4 other classes are done. Just a quick addendum. Because I was holding my white model with me, while I was on my way to class, the first lift, I took 4 lifts today. The first lift, a woman sat beside me, a girl sat beside me, and she was like, oh, did you build that? That's really nice. And I was like, thank you, yeah. And then when I was leaving, my last lift when I returned home, someone sat beside me and she was like, oh, are you an architect? And I'm like, no, this is film production. And she's like, oh, that's cool. And then we didn't talk. So that was really funny. Yeah. I think I spoke with Franklin a little bit and talked about going back to Hong Kong. He's going back to Hong Kong this winter, and he really misses Hong Kong. He hasn't gone back for a whole year, and for some reason, he usually doesn't miss Hong Kong, but for some reason, he really misses Hong Kong this time around. And then, yeah. And then finally I called Wang and I had a half-an-hour phone call basically explaining my short film, The World Is Not Enough, to her. It's weird because I don't like explaining my short films, and I realized that I don't usually explain my short films either. I talk about them, but I talk about the production of them, but not the actual, like, meaning and, like, my intentions. But I think if you're doing music for my short film, it's important for you to know the artistic intentions behind it. So I had to explain myself, which was weird. I don't think I've ever done that with The World Is Not Enough. I don't think I've ever explained a short film to anyone. Even my actors have no idea what I'm trying to say, which is kind of the point, you know? Yeah, that's it. That's all.